Hi, everyone! Super excited to be live here today and welcome, everyone. I'm Teresa. I'm super happy that you're here, and I guide women in discovering what they are meant to do and empower them to find a fulfilling career. And I'm super excited for you to be here today because we're going to be talking about how to stop overlooking your transferable skills. I chose that topic today because I know a lot of you want to make a career change. But to be honest, it's not that easy to know how to transfer your skills from one industry to another and also how to articulate that to a potential future employer. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But if you are joining in, please drop a hi in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Otherwise, I don't even know that you're listening in. And let me know you're here. Oh, it's great to see everyone. Hi, May. Hi, Christine. Hi, Carrie. I love seeing everyone joining in here from LinkedIn and Facebook. This is amazing. Great to see you. All right, so let's dive right into it. Transferable skills, right? So if you've been following me for a little bit, you probably know that my background is in human resources and recruiting. And I was really unhappy in my career. But I thought, what would I do if not recruiting? Is there anything else I could do? And I didn't feel like I could. And that kept me stuck. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Julie. Oh my God, love seeing everyone here. Thanks for joining in. Hi, Lauren. Julie is here. Super amazing. Great to see you all. So when I was a recruiter, I was like, what would I do if not recruiting? Is there any other place I can use my skills and my experience for? And I just didn't see that for myself. Now looking back on it, obviously, I had a ton of transferable skills. As a recruiter, I had sales skills because as a recruiter, I had to meet monthly sales targets. And sales skills are applicable to a number of industries. Obviously, as a recruiter, you have communication skills. You must be able to effectively communicate with candidates, with hiring managers. And now, as a career coach, that is a skill that I definitely took over to career coaching because I must be able to communicate with my clients and with all of you right now. I'm using my communication skills right here and this moment. Another transferable skill that I didn't even see in myself that I had is networking and building relationships, which is huge in recruiting, but it can help you in a ton of other industries as well. For example, now as a career coach, it's key for me to build a network and having other professionals to tap into, to meet new potential clients, to build a network of just all the amazing people that are listening in today and being able to be here and support them. And then another transferable skills that I didn't even recognize I had was coaching and mentoring. It was something I was doing on a day-to-day basis, and it was something I absolutely loved doing. But I thought, well, it's just what I do as part of a recruiter. But once I started diving deep, I was like, no, I absolutely love this coaching and mentoring piece. And I'm really good at it, at the task of providing guidance, the supportive feedback to clients. I did that a lot in recruiting when candidates came and they applied for one role and I was like starting to talk to them. I was like, you actually have a lot of skills in this area. How about this position? Or actually, you have so much experience. Wouldn't you be interested in interviewing one level up for a more senior role? So I really love that piece of guiding them in their careers. And it took a step back to realize that, yes, actually, this piece is something I can turn into a career. So all of you listening in, you probably have wondered like, okay, but how does this work in practice? How do we actually turn our transferable skills into something that we can use and use in a different way going forward, if that is what you want to do, is making a career change? Also, if you have any questions at all during the live, just drop the questions into the chat. I am here to answer your questions, so don't be shy. I love seeing so many people tuning in and saying hi. Great to see you, Andrew. What a compliment. Thanks for being here. Hi, Lori. Great to see you. All right. So how does this look in practice? Like, how do you figure out what transferable skills you have? Step one is conducting a skills inventory. So you have to make a list of the skills and experience that you have. Now, when we talk about skills, I always want to make sure that the skills that you want to transfer are the ones that actually energize you. Because when we think about our work, there are things that we probably love doing. And if we would do them all day long, so for me, that would be coaching. If I get to do that all day long, I'd be like, I'm excited and motivated and I feel empowered. So I want you to make a list of all the skills that you get this feeling of like, oh, yes, I can do this for hours and I love doing it. And then there are skills, and I call them the draining skills. You might be really good at them. Like, I'm really good at logging all my accounting and finances in an Excel sheet. But if I have to do this all day long, I feel drained and depleted and exhausted, and I just really don't want to do this task. So also be aware of the skills that you might tend to list them on your resume or your LinkedIn profile because it's something you've been doing for so long. But when you're honest with yourself, then you actually realize, like, if I were to do this all day long, it's really draining and I don't like using this skill. So when you do a skills inventory of the skills you have, really focus on the ones that light you up and really motivate and energize you. Now, if you need a little bit of help of figuring out, like, okay, where do I start? Like, how do I do a skills inventory? I do have a guide for you. It's called 5 Steps to Finding Your Transferable Skills. And I'm going to share my screen so that you can see this right here. Here, this is the guide of 5 steps to finding your top transferable skills. For my Instagram use live, I have to show it to you like this. There you see it. Perfect. And right here. So in this guide, it walks you through what I just said of how do you find the skills that light you up? Like, think of yourself as a battery. What energizes you and what drains you? And then you have a skills checklist, and you just go through the checklist and check the ones that really, really energize and light you up. So this is a great starting point where you can find the skills that you want to be using in your next position. All right, let's get this back up here. Perfect. All right. If you want a copy of this transferable skills checklist of my guide, 5 Steps to Finding Your Top 10 Transferable Skills, please send me a DM either on Facebook, on Instagram, or LinkedIn. Just send me a DM and say skills, and I'll be sure to send you a copy of this transferable skills workbook. So that's going to be a great starting point. Next, you, of course, need to be very clear about what positions you want to pursue next. Oh, awesome, Andrew. I'll be sure to send it your way. Make sure you send me a DM as well so I don't forget. I'm pretty sure I'll remember. But just to be safe, send me a DM. Just say skills and I'll know to send it your way. And for anyone else too. Anyone who wants a copy, just a quick DM the skills and I will send it your way. So now we know what skills you have after that inventory. Now you need to figure out, where do you want to go next? And then once you know that, oh, awesome. Lori, yes, May. I will make sure to send one to all of you. Send me a quick DM just saying skills, and I'll be sure to send it your way. I'd be happy to share that. It's going to be really helpful. So you figure out, okay, where do I want to go? What is my target industry? What's my target position? And then you need to really figure out, what are the skills that are needed there? And the first thing you're going to check is, does the skills that energize you and that you identified as your transferable skills really match with what that target industry and target position is looking for? Because they need to match, right? So as I mentioned before, as a recruiter, I had a ton of sales experience. So I could have said, okay, I'm good at sales. Let me look at sales positions. thankfully, I knew that I really didn't like that part. So sales is not a skill that lights me up in any way. It's a very draining skill for me. So if I would have looked into sales positions as positions, I would have realized that, okay, I do have those transferable skills, but those aren't the skills that I really want to use. And that would have allowed me to move on and be like, okay, this is not my target industry. It's not my target position. Let me look into something else. What are those skills that energize me that I actually really want to use? And then read through job descriptions. And what's great is if you use LinkedIn to research potential jobs, they have all the skills listed. If you ever looked at a job posting on LinkedIn, you see that there's a list of skills needed for that position. And you can see like, okay, are those the skills that I have? And are those the skills that energize me? And to take it even a step further, if you're like, okay, I think those are the positions I really want to pursue, start talking to people who are in those roles, because they're the ones who can give you the insight and can really give you the idea of like, okay, this is how the position looks from the outside, but this is what it looks from the inside. Sometimes it's very different than when you're actually in a role. And that might have happened to you in the past, that you think like, oh, this role sounds amazing. This is what I want to do. And then you start working in that field and you're like, this is actually like not what I had pictured. So to prevent that, start having conversations with people who do the work you would love to do. Once you have your list of transferable skills, of course, those are the ones you want to highlight on your resume and on your LinkedIn profile. For those of you who don't have a LinkedIn profile yet or haven't looked back on LinkedIn for a long time, and totally get that, it doesn't seem like for some people looking in from the outside, it's not the most popular social media platform, but I promise it's so worth being on there. I met the most amazing people there. People are super open to networking. So if you haven't checked back to LinkedIn in a long time, I encourage you to do that. And it's also a great place to build your professional network. If you are thinking about a career change, networking is key. Most jobs are landed through building relationships. Online applications just don't work very well. Your chances are so low. Even if you do everything right, you're still against all the odds to land a position. But by networking and building relationships, you position yourself as a candidate of choice, and employers get to know you. And when I talk about networking, it's really coming from a very genuine point of view, because you are curious and you want to learn more about this field. So you're never going to approach networking with like, okay, let me ask people if they know about a job. But it's talking to people who do what you love to do, and then picking their brain, be like, hey, I'm so excited about what you're doing. And that's when I started getting into career coaching. I talked to a ton of career coaches. I'm like, this sounds just absolutely amazing. Tell me more. How did you get into it? What did you have to learn? And you see, I'm like naturally excited asking these questions. And that's how I want you to approach networking, just building professional friendships. That's it. So if you have any questions about how transferable skills can help you make a career change, drop them in the chat. I am here to answer all your questions. And also, I want to mention that if you enjoy today's live and you're like, oh my God, I just really want to find a career that makes me happy. I'm not happy where I am, but I want to find something that aligns with who I am. And I want to finally be happy at work. But you're still not quite sure what that looks like or how to get there, then I've got an amazing resource for you, because I really, really want you to one day look back on your career and thinking like, yes, I did exactly what I was meant to do. Because I'm so, so thankful that I know that's what I'm going to say. And I want that to be what you're going to say when you look back on your career, be like, yes, no, I'm so happy that I chose this career path, because this was the right one for you, right one for me. So if you're thinking about a career change, but you're not quite sure what that next career step could be or what you want to do next, join my Career Clarity Challenge. It's happening in April, and it's going to be 5 days where I guide you through a live coaching sessions every day, step by super fun step in a community of amazing people to get crystal clear about what you are meant to do. So I have a process, and over 5 days, we're going to get really clear what is the right career for you. What is the career that makes you happy and alive and energized and motivated and all the good things that you want to feel at work and you probably are not feeling right now? And I know it's possible for you to find that. So if you get on the waitlist now, you're going to be able to unlock the Career Clarity Challenge for only $27. And I'm going to drop the link in here. And I'm also going to add that to Instagram for anyone listening in on Instagram. It's bit.ly Career Clarity Challenge. I'm going to type this in here in Instagram real quick so my Instagram followers can see this too. / Career Clarity Challenge. Career Clarity Challenge. I hope I spelled this right on Instagram. If not, someone please correct me. So make sure that you head over to bit.ly / Career Clarity Challenge. I'd love for you to join me on this super awesome 5 days. Oh, I love what Lori dropped in here. This is a great one. Yes, it is not just hard skills, and I'm so glad that you mentioned that. A lot of transferable skills are your soft skills. It is the skills that you can use across a variety of industries. So as the examples that I shared with you, communication skills. Are you really good at communicating with people in writing, verbally? Are you good at explaining complex concepts in easy words? And so be more narrow on communication skills, because everyone says they have communication skills, but what is it that you're really good? Are you good at giving presentations? Are you good at building relationships and having people open up and trust you and sharing with you? Or are you really good at writing? So what is it that makes you really good? And then, for example, are you good at relationship building? Yes, Andrew, I agree. Great point. And how do you do it? And then, as you said, absolutely, oops, I dropped this back out. Are you dependable? Are you accountable? What are your leadership skills? And also think about situations in the past when you've displayed those skills. When did you lead a team? Even if you weren't called manager or did that have that official title, when did you take initiative and stepped up and be like, okay, let's do this and actually accomplish something? Because a lot of us are leaders and we don't have that title. But that doesn't mean you don't have leadership skills. Are you able to work independently? All these skills are so important, often more important than the hard skills. So when you have these soft skills, don't forget about them and make sure you talk about them on your resume, your LinkedIn profile, in networking conversation, in interviews. Because this is what recruiters are truly looking for. I know that from my own experience. When I was a recruiter, I would have preferred to hire, if I see someone who has potential and they're hungry to grow and learn and they were excited about the position. Maybe they didn't check all the boxes and didn't have every hard skill, but they had a desire to learn, they had a desire to grow, and I knew they would get along with the team. They were positive, driven, motivated. I would hire them any day over someone who checks every single box, but they didn't seem excited or motivated or wanting to grow. I had like a feeling they were just complaining and being really negative in the interview. And I was like, no, this is not the energy I want to bring into this team. So yes, soft skills, super important. Thanks for adding that, Lori. All right, everyone. We are at the end of our time. We're actually over, but I super appreciate everyone being here. Again, send me a DM and I will send over the transferable skills checklist to you. And I'm going to be live again next Tuesday, same day, same time. And make sure, again, that you are checking out the Career Clarity Challenge and get on the waitlist now so that you get the best deal and can join me for this amazing 5 days that we're going to spend together. All right, everyone, happy Tuesday, and I will see you next week.